Alright, game. I'm in a meeting with brother Bo Sanchez in his car. You know those mafia movies, or when they pick you up, then they throw you in a limousine and you're meeting with the kingpin or the head, and he's like, you better stop doing what you're doing. And it's like, you're like, alright, and then they drop you in the middle of a highway and at dead of night you don't know where to go. That's how I feel right now. Of course, he's my boss and he loves me and I love him, and he's not gonna do that to me. I mean, he's not gonna do that to me, right?
I'm giving everything I got. God knows I know it's not a lie. I'm headed somewhere, but I don't know where just yet. I still got something left to prove. Prove that there's nothing I won't do. Do what it takes so I can bring you back again. All my life, you're the one thing that's always been real. Ooh.
Seminar is over. I'm rushing to another seminar by Larry Gamboa. Larry Gamboa is a real estate guy, and he teaches real estate. So that's another model. That's another way by which people can grow financially. And I'm excited to share just a little bit, just to encourage the people there to go on in the midst of, one of the things I've realized is that people will be failing. You'll fail here, you'll fail there, but that's okay. We should not be allergic to failure. Keep on failing. The most successful people in the world have the most failures. And so I'll just encourage people. That's my whole goal for the next one. My next talk is just to encourage people that in the midst of the failures, just keep at it, do not stop, and you will succeed. I still haven't had my lunch, but that's okay. This is life. I'm thinking of myself like I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna be 80, 85, 95, 100 years old. I'm lying down in bed, and I want to die with the answer that I've been able to love somebody. So there, I'm gonna love somebody. Today I'm gonna love somebody. Am I loving you? I want to love you. And every time before I speak, I always say to myself, I'm gonna love somebody today. We're picking up George. He's coming.
Good morning.
George the man.
So you made a whole episode while waiting?
No, just not good.
Sorry guys. What's up? Hi. How are you?
That's Dolly.
Pinsa mo tayo siya.
Oh nga, di ko ano ka na lang? Skyway ka na lang? I am in the car, and we've transformed it into an office. We usually do. And that's George over there. He's the guy, he's the dude, he's the man, he's my man. I'm proud to be working with him. Gifted, talented, absolutely. Just a little bit, just a tad little good looking than me. But he's I forgive him for that. And we're talking about Preacher in Blue Jeans. We're really talking about that show, 2006. That's how I started. It was a daily show. And it was 30 minutes when we started. And then we started, bringing it down. And then it became me just talking without the background. That was the easier part. And 2006, we had 1,000 views. We had 2,000 views. And then for a number of years, that was my views. And then all of a sudden, there was this one episode of Preacher in Blue Jeans. I don't know if you remember. Father Eric Santos. He did we captured his spiel, very few minutes, his spiel on my birthday concert when I was 40 years old. And we put that into Preacher in Blue Jeans. I'm not recording. One more time. I'm in the car. So what's gonna happen to Preacher in Blue Jeans, George? Probably
maybe just get some ordinary non-preacher figures.
Yeah.
The way we've been doing it. Let the other preachers have their own shows. If you're a full-time preacher or you consider yourself a preacher, then go ahead and you have a lot of content. Go ahead and make your own show. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna hunt for like ordinary quote unquote ordinary preachers in blue jeans.
Yeah.
Like we had a couple of episodes that were really high rating. There was an unknown student or just one of our youth members or actually one of our office workers, but they had some great insights. So
they had a story to tell.
Yeah. I think I liken it to Didake, which is our daily devotional. You actually don't know who these people are, but they're such down-to-earth stories, and you're reading it and you can connect with it right away. And it's like, who is this person? And it could very well turn out to be a lay person, not necessarily someone who goes up on stage. So I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna miss. I think about PIBJ 10 years. What? 10 years or
2006?
years?
That's when we started.
When we used to follow Bo around with a camera, with a huge camera, and 30-minute episode, and he's like 5 messages in one episode. And it's just, wow, every day we were doing that. And the internet was so slow, and it took us overnight to upload it, and the connection would get lost. And Randy, I wasn't even on board when you guys started that, but Randy would go to an internet cafe and he'd fall asleep, and he'd wake up, oh, it stopped uploading, has to start again from the beginning. And we wanted to cut it down. We wanted to say, hey, it's too long, 30 minutes. Basically, we wanted to cut it down for us because it was so hard to put together. And we sent out a survey, and more people wanted a 30-minute show rather than a 5-minute or 15-minute show. We're like, are you serious? And people were only watching from their offices because at that time, people didn't have good connections at home.
No.
They had to go. They only. That's why the views would spike during lunchtime.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing.
And we were so happy.
What it morphed
we
into,
were so happy that there were 1,000 views.
Yeah.
2,000 views.
1,000.
We were clapping, yay!
Views, not even shares.
And
because there was Facebook, but
but
it wasn't
no,
the same.
it was in YouTube. It was all YouTube. That was the era of YouTube, and so I.
And there was that one episode with Father Eric.
That had 50,000 views because he was so funny.
Discovered a lot.
So along the way, we discovered a lot. But
along the way, it was so difficult to shoot Bo. It was like impossible to get him, and so we said, hey, why let's and then it was also the era when Bo started empowering. He started empowering people and getting people on stage with you. So we did it on Preacher in Blue Jeans. It's like, why don't we have more than one preacher in blue jeans? I mean, you were the preacher in blue jeans, but then Bo being so selfless and not about him, never wants to make it about him. He's like, let's get other guys on board. Let's let other people share their thoughts, and it doesn't just have to be me. That's what he said. So we got other preachers, and then later on we're like getting all these other, like I said, ordinary people who weren't
our staff,
preacher figures.
Our youth leaders
are
wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, and we even wanted to get artistas, like actors and actresses, or even prominent people, but who aren't viewed as preachers. And that's the whole idea, Preacher in Blue Jeans. Seeing God in every day, seeing God in the ordinary, and we're excited. So yeah, it looks like we're moving into another era, another phase, and it never ends. It never ends.
in today's episode of Preacher in Blue Jeans.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Preacher in Blue Jeans, and I am in Teatro Aguinaldo, Camp Aguinaldo, where we have the feed.
And so I came on board Shepherd's Voice 2007 and 2006. PIBJ started. 2007, I find out that Bo's going on a pilgrimage to Europe. And I'm like, God, Lord, I'd love to go on that pilgrimage, but I don't have money. And I really did pray silently, Lord, can I like go to Europe with Bo for free? Baka-pala na ng mukha, you know? Come on, let's go. I'm not kidding. A few days later, Randy Borromeo rocks up to my cubicle. And he's like, George, you're a communications graduate, right? Yeah. Do you know how to handle the camera? Yeah. You know how to edit? Yeah, a little bit. Right. You want to go to Europe with Bo? I'm like, sure. Why? What happened? Like, yeah, I need a cameraman for Preacher in Blue Jeans. I'm like, okay. There's no other cameraman? He says, yeah, it was supposed to be me, but I got denied my visa. I didn't get it. So I'm like, oops. So God answered my prayer, but Randy got denied. That's a little thing I liked. But hey, because of that, man, I met Bene, spent 2 weeks with him, and I got to know them, and I'm lugging around this huge camera all over Europe, and everyone, all the pilgrims were like, well, George, you take a picture, because I couldn't take a picture of myself because I was shooting, I was working. Ended up, because all the pilgrims were super awa, you know, they pitied me for not having camera. I had literally the most pictures because I had like 4 people shooting me at any given time, and they all gave me these CDs with my shots. And after that, I spent 2 weeks in the office. Did not go home. For like, I only went home like 4 times. Didn't take a bath for a few days. I'm serious. Why? Because I was so adamant about finishing these Preacher in Blue Jeans episodes in Europe, and I had to do it every day.
Yep.
And I was delayed like anything, man. I was like, and lunchtime, I hadn't uploaded it yet because I was so obsessive compulsive with the editing. And Bo will call Randy. He's like, Randy, there's no PIBJ yet. Maybe you should take charge. You're take charge already. And I was so pressured to finish, you know? Because I mean, I knew how to edit, but I was more on analog at that time, so still learning the software. Yeah. And but then, man, it just, after those 2 weeks, man, I felt like I went to boot camp for editing, and it was just, it was fantastic. And yeah, we came up with a DVD of the Marian pilgrimage. And Ben had a lot of jokes in that. This like one for like 5
year
minutes.
was that?
2007, April, and I think we released the shows in May. There's a DVD actually it's like Marian Pilgrimage, and I think it's still for sale. And when we watch it, it's like, so it's all these MTVs of all the churches, because I had to fill up the 30 minutes, man. It was hilarious, but the messages were great, and yeah, it was fantastic. So yeah, so thank you.
Yeah.
What embassy is that denied Randy his visa because I got to go to Europe for free? God answers prayers.
Brother Bo, I hope you can come here in Arizona. I will try. One day. You know, when people tell me, you know, so many comments, they tell me, can you go here, can you go there? They mention all sorts of cities, and my answer is always, one day I will. I really will, one day. Just have to put it in the schedule. You know. Hope to see you here in SK. SK? What's SK?
Sangguniang Kabataan.
Yeah, right. So, what are we going to talk about?
What's the worst part about working with Brother Bo?
His crew.
Let me see. Changes.
Oh my God, that was so honest. That was so honest. I didn't think you would say it.
No, he's the best.
Okay, let's order something. Come on.
Plastic. Plastic.
Another sandwich. Did you order, Mike?
Yeah, I did. So you want that? So he's treating, and he's also the one serving us.
9:40.
That's how he is.
Okay.
That's how he is.
I'm giving everything I got. God knows I know it's not a lie. I'm headed
God
somewhere.
loves you and everybody mentally assents. Yeah, God loves me. No, you show it.
This guy's brain never rests. It's like always thinking about stuff, always improving stuff, always wanting to make it better. And that's why I love working with him. Into that brain. What's inside? I want to see what's inside.
Look at this. It's alive. It's born.
All my life, you're the one thing that's always been real.